Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kim Cohen. Thanks for joining in with me. Today we're going to talk about a subject that I am beyond passionate about, which is luck. So we're going to talk about a subject today that I always find interesting, and I'm very passionate about teaching because some people believe that there's such thing as luck, and there isn't. A lot of people I hear like saying statements such as, oh well, that person is just lucky, or oh, this guy won the lottery because he was lucky, or things like that. I need you to understand something. There's no such thing as luck, and the reason for that is because if you really truly understand the power of the universe, if you are a spiritual being, also you really need to be a spiritual being. I mean, if you understand the law of science, if you understand the law of attraction, if you understand the law of the universe, of karma, of the way things happen, you'd understand that there's no such thing as luck. I always like to change luck into I am so blessed. I think that there's a big difference here. Luck is basically stating the fact that something randomly happened. And if you believe in the universe and you believe that everything happens for a reason, there is no such thing as luck. Does that make sense? Like, luck is randomness. Like, something randomly happened. It randomly came from the sky. But nothing is random. Nothing is random. And one of my favorite movies is V for Vendetta. It has been for many years. And the reason for that is I love the message. There is a substantial amount of amazing quotes. And if you haven't watched it, watch it for me, because I'll love you forever, because that movie's my heart. There is a night that V talks to Evie and he tells her, I like God, don't play with dice, and I don't believe in coincidence. And I believe that's a direct quote. I haven't watched the movie in many years, but I'd like to believe that I remember that. I'll look it up after and see what the exact quote was. But that statement always really resonated with me. I think it's such a powerful statement. Nothing really randomly happens. And so what I was saying is I like to use the phrase blessed. Like I'm so blessed, not I'm so lucky. Lucky is cute, but it also takes away the power of what had just happened. I feel like it shows no gratitude. And if you know anything about the law of attraction, manifestation, the way the universe works, gratitude is everything. And by changing I am lucky to I am blessed, I think is such a beautiful word. It shows compassion, awareness, soulfulness, appreciation, and it's pure gratitude. It's like sometimes I have these amazingly astounding moments of life that I'm like, oh my God, and some people be like, oh my God, I'm so lucky. I just won the lottery. I'm so lucky. I just met the most amazingest guy in the world. I'm so lucky. I just got the best job ever. But really, you're just blessed. You're blessed. I think you need to change that word to blessed. And the reason for that is if you really understand the laws of the universe, is that everything is aligned. Everything is connected. Everything is meant to be, whether it's a good thing, a bad thing. Everything has its teaching and its ways of coming into your life. If you understand karma and you understand that everything happens for a reason, and you say, I am so lucky, I feel like it's discrediting whoever that being that you believe in is, Like, for many years, I've received an endless amount of messages from people, whether it was online, whether it was through my travels, that have told me, oh my God, you're so lucky you get to travel the world. And I actually wrote an article about this on my blog, Vanilla Sky Dreaming, a while back, many years ago. And I explained that I'm not lucky. I'm blessed. It's not in a condescending way. It's not even at all. I don't believe in that. I didn't just get lucky. I didn't just wake up one day and become a travel blogger. Like, that's not what happened. I worked my butt off. I sacrificed a shit ton of things. I've sacrificed going to weddings and bat mitzvahs and missing so many friends' weddings, missing so many monumental life events from people. I've sacrificed a lot to get to where I got. And at the same time, I've also worked my butt off to manifest, to write down dreams, to write down steps of how to get to that dream. I've sacrificed a lot. I've worked really hard to get to where I got, and it didn't just randomly happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing just randomly happens. Everything in our life we've created, we've manifested, we've attracted. And it's sometimes, I feel like we discredit it when we say we're so lucky. I'm going to use my dad here as an example because I think that my dad is literally amazing, and I didn't really notice or see how amazing he was until I got older, and I just saw things from a different perspective. But I want you guys to know that my father, who I love very much, is literally one of my biggest role models, and he probably doesn't even know that, but people always say that I am the most like him in my family dynamic. And growing up, I used to be told that like being like my dad was like a bad thing, right? It was like, oh, you're just like your dad, as if like my dad is like bad, and if he's bad, then that means I'm bad, because we're both so stubborn, we're both, hard-headed, we both want things our way. And it's kind of funny, like the dynamic in my family. So we have my dad and me that are very similar, and then we have my mom and my brother who are very similar. They're more passive, they go with the flow, and mine and my dad's personality is very go-getter, very driven, very aggressive. I have to do this, like, we're just very like this. And so in both situations, there's good and bad, right? And then my sisters kind of followed our trail, which was funny because my mom and my brother was like, don't grow up to be like your sister. That would be me. But as the years went on, they realized that it's not such a bad thing to be me, right? Again, not in a condescending or show-off way, but when I was younger, I was criticized about the things, my way of being. And because of that, I always kind of viewed being like my dad as a bad thing. And the older I got, I realized what a freaking blessing it is to be like my dad. Now, I'll tell you guys a story about my father, which is a very amazing story. I personally find it like crazy. So my dad came to America many years ago, and a year prior to when I came here, I was 8 when I moved to America, and we moved from Israel, if you don't know that by now. And at the time, my dad didn't finish high school. I think he dropped out. I recently found this out. I never knew this. At like 8th or 9th grade, he had a hard time learning, reading, learning. He never got a degree in anything. And when I was born, he used to sell ice cream on the beaches of Israel, just hustling, trying to make that money, trying to support his family. And, after a while, he worked at a factory, and he always just hustled. Like, family was number one. He always knew he had to provide. And he moved to America to make a big sacrifice by moving here, learning a new business, learning a new language, and kind of paving the way for us me and my sisters weren't born at the time, me, my brother, and my mom, to come to America and have a better life. Now, because my dad, when we had moved here, he was working so hard on trying to provide for us. He used to do like English classes, and for a while, it just didn't work out. He was working so much. There was only English classes at night. He started it, he stopped. There was just so much going on. And eventually what happened was my dad never technically learned English. He never learned how to read or write properly in English. But what my dad did have is an immense amount of drive, ambition beyond your imagination, like I've never seen anybody like that. And again, I didn't appreciate it as a kid. I was like, why is my dad never home? Why is, whatever. And so my dad literally we as a family, we went from the bottom of the bottom to the top. We went from being super poor to being really, really wealthy at one point in our lives. And my dad was successful. I asked him if we were millionaires. He said we were very close, but he wouldn't call it millionaires. But I need you guys to understand, at the time, we had everything we could ever dream about. We had, my gosh, we had like 9 cars. We had no place to park them. We had 2 horses. We had a boat. We had a jet ski. We had 2 boats. We had a jet ski. We had an amazing house. We went on crazy vacations. And my dad, till this day, doesn't know English. But what my dad is really good at is he's really good at manifesting without even realizing what he's actually doing. I recently had a conversation with him about that, like really recent, like 2 weeks ago, or maybe even a week ago. My dad became super rich in America without knowing any English, without knowing how to read or write. My dad was not lucky. Now, when people look at him, they're like, I've heard people, close family friends, sometimes, use words like, oh yeah, he has more luck than a brain. And that's really offensive. It's really offensive to me. The more I've seen my dad, I've really paid deeper attention into what he does, how he does what he does. And at some point we lost everything. Literally everything went down to the bottom, from being from here to boom. And I remember at my dad's lowest of low, and like when we had no money for food or anything, my dad said, you guys will see, one day I will get back to where I was. And we all kind of like smirked and we're like, okay. And I am so freaking proud of my dad, so proud of him. He made it come true. And a lot of people can look at that story and say, oh, he's just lucky. Oh, he just got lucky twice. No. It's not about luck, you guys. It is about perseverance. It is about drive. It is about ambition. It is about visualizing your dream. You don't need to have a PhD. You don't need to be the smartest human being in the world. You need to understand the law of the universe. You need to understand that drive, ambition, visions, visualizing things, visualizing getting, my dad does construction, like visualizing getting like big business, big houses, landing like big business deals. That is how it's made. It is not made from luck. My dad is not lucky. My dad works his butt off, and it's so amazing to me. It like really blows my mind, because I was recently trying to explain to him what he was doing, and I was also trying to lower my like language to make him understand about energy and trying to translate that into Hebrew. And it's so wild because he uses the law of attraction. And when people look at him, they're like, he's not smart. He's just lucky. And that's what I want to, point out today, is that nothing is random. There's no such thing as luck. My dad won 2 cars in a casino. Again, people are like, it's luck, but what people don't know is what a person does behind the scenes, where their mind goes, what they're trying to create. I really believe that karma is a huge thing. Before my dad won one of his cars, he actually donated a big substantial amount of money to something. And that day, this is so wild, it's so wild. I kind of want to find a picture of it. He wore these weird color blue purple shoes that glow in the dark, like moon shoes, like that you wear to the moon. I'm like I couldn't believe he had my dad loves shoes, but I couldn't believe, like, where did you find this color? He wore these shoes so they were like a purple bluish, and he headed to the casino and he told his friend, okay, we are going today to bring home a car. And my dad's friend was like, what are you talking about? He's like, we're winning a car today. I'm all dressed up to win this car. And his friend was like, okay, you're whatever. You're kind of being crazy, but all good. And so my dad had manifested the entire drive that the entire week he was like visualizing winning this freaking car, what it was going to look like, everything. He went to his friend's house spontaneously. He's like, we're going to go grab that car. And my dad's friend was like, what are you talking about? We're going to go to the casino and they have this like lottery, jackpot thing. My dad goes to the casino, wins a freaking car. And the craziest part is that the car color matched his shoe color to a T. To a T. And he went there with that vibration, with that energy of, I'm going to win that car. That car is mine. He already saw himself visualizing, driving it. He already saw the entire thing playing out. And we were astounded. Now, mind you, like, everybody in my family knows that I'm the spiritual one. And I feel like people don't give him enough credit for what he does. He is not lucky. He just uses the law of the universe without knowing what he's doing. But I totally can understand somebody else looking at him from a different perspective and being like, oh, he won a car. Oh my God, he got so lucky. No, my friends. Once again, there's no such thing as luck. Everything is aligned. Everything happens in its perfect timing. Everything has a vibration. Everything has an energy field to it. What we visualize and what we see and what we sent out in the universe manifests into reality. And again, I can't stress that enough, that when you do have these moments of blissful abundance, to stop for a moment and to show true gratitude to whatever it is that you believe in, God, the universe, whatever it is, that is so powerful. It literally creates such a high vibration, such a high frequency. I legitimately live by that. And I think my dad is such a great example of it, because anybody that really knows him that isn't supposedly spiritual doesn't get what the man's doing. People think that he's just continuously lucky. But like, how lucky can a person be? Think about that. Like, it's like, you could, I don't, but like, let's take statistics of like randomness. Like, there's things that are lucky, and then there's like continuously patterns that you have to start questioning at one point if you're a logical human being, right? So I just want to leave you with one thought before I end this, which is, you don't really know what the people around you are doing, how they are manifesting, what they are attracting, what kind of karma they're building into their life. We don't know. We don't know. There can be people that donate and a lot secretly and nobody knows it. And then one random day they win the lottery and people are like, oh, this person got lucky, and it's like, you don't know what that person does with their mind behind closed door, how they treat their family, how they treat the world around them, what frequencies they're sending out into the universe. But I definitely don't believe in luck. There's no such thing as luck. Everything is aligned. Everything is meant to happen. Everything is there to teach us a lesson. And if anything, you are blessed. You are forever blessed. We're all blessed. It's just seeing and believing and knowing that you're blessed. And I think the more you realize how blessed you are, not how lucky you are, but how blessed you truly are, and being grateful for everything that's around you, like legitimately your life will shift. Also, it's literally the laws of the universe. So thanks for watching this video. I hope this was an interesting topic for you guys. And leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about luck. What is luck? What does luck mean to you? If you believe that you're blessed or you're lucky, like, I kind of want to know you guys' views and ideas and different things like that. This is just my personal belief. As I've seen, I'm very detail-oriented. I'm very observant human being. I always like to look for meanings and connecting different pieces from the universe. And I've done a lot of study on this. I really have. I'm not a guru or anything, but I just know that there's more than the eye can see. And saying that someone's lucky or saying that you're lucky is discrediting your powers, their powers. Anyways, I hope this was an interesting topic and you might have learned something. As always, I love you guys. Give this video a thumbs up and I'll see you guys tomorrow.